member from Dufferin-Caledon.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Now, whether we're asking these questions outside or inside the legislature, you have a responsibility to answer them. These tapes don't lie. You obviously had not yet made the decision to appoint Mr. Thibeault on December 11th when you spoke to Mr. Olivier. Mr. Olivier said that, quote, he told you he wanted 24 hours to think about it. If you had told him you were appointing Mr. Thibeault, there'd be nothing to think about. There would be no nomination. Yet Pat Sobera called 24 hours later, on December 12th, to tell Olivier that if he was to continue, he would put the Premier in a tough position to make a decision about an appointment or to continue on with the nomination. So again, the question, when exactly did you tell Mr. Olivier you were appointing another candidate?
Well, Mr. Speaker, let me say again, and the member opposite may not want to accept that there's an investigation going on outside of the House, but there is. I have said clearly, in direct answer to this question, that I had decided after my meeting with Glenn Thibeault at the end of November that Glenn Thibeault was the best person for our role as a candidate in Sudbury, Mr. Speaker. I had made that decision. So, Mr. Speaker, I made that statement 2 Fridays ago. I've been very upfront about that, Mr. Speaker. But there is an investigation going on, and it's going on outside of this House, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary.
And we continue to demand answers inside this House. In the interests of government transparency, let's try this again. Mr. Olivier has told the police that on December 11th, you asked him to step aside. You tell us in this chamber that on December 11th, you told Andrew Olivier you were appointing a candidate. What you say in this chamber is not subject to perjury laws, but what Mr. Olivier says to the police absolutely is. So which version of this conversation is correct?
Mr. Speaker, I have worked very hard to make it clear that I take this matter very seriously. I made a statement 2 Fridays ago, Mr. Speaker. I talked about the decision that I made about who the candidate was going to be in Sudbury, Mr. Speaker. I was very clear about that. And I have said—
I'm going to ask the member from Lanark to withdraw. Oh, I believe I heard it. Carry on.
I have said, Mr. Speaker, that we will work with the authorities, but, Mr. Speaker, that work is not going to go on inside this legislature. The investigation is happening outside the legislature, and we need to let it unfold there, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Final supplementary.
Premier, what is clear is what Jerry Lougheed said. It's on tape. What is clear is what Mr. Olivier said. It's
Deputy
on
House
tape.
Leader, second
What is
time.
clear is what Pat Sobera said. It's on tape. What is not clear is what you did, what you offered, what you guaranteed. What you say in this chamber is not subject to perjury laws.
Order. Please finish.
The only thing that is not clear is what you said, what you offered, what you directed your staff to do. Is the real reason there are 2 different versions of this account conversation because in here you're protected from perjury? Out there, Mr. Olivier isn't?